racing partner, Dave Reed.
And Mickey, that driver is none other than Sammy Swindell, who's done this an amazing 4 times, 1989, 1992, 1996, and 1998. The 4-time champ is standing by with me now. Sammy, what is it about this place? You take off the wing, and you go like thunder.
Well, we've had good cars, and we've been just real fortunate with some of the races. And, yeah, it takes a little bit of everything here to win a race. And, you know, it's hard to believe that we won 4 of them. You know, we've probably had a shot at a few more, and it seemed like we've always been able to run up front.
What about 5, though, in 1999?
Well, we'll see what we can do. You know, we're going to work hard. We've got a good race car, and, you know, I feel as good tonight as I have any other night.
Pete Willoughby doing a great job with the 4-time defending champ. One of the other great things about the Chili Bowl, an interesting qualifying format. 2 nights of qualifying, followed by Saturday night's big dance. So without any further ado, let's go racing. Thursday night qualifying action, the 13th annual Chili Bowl Nationals.
The opening night of the 1999 13th annual Chili Bowl Nationals has 54 cars and drivers set to do battle on this Thursday night. And it's an interesting format, Dave.
Exactly. It's all about points. You got to get points. This isn't a World Outlaw race where you start with time trials. No, no, no. You go by positions that you finish. It drops by 4 each position. You also get points based on how many cars you pass, 1.5 points. So it is conceivable for somebody to start a race, finish second, and still end up in the beat.
And it's important if you're starting in the front of the pack to stay up in the front of the pack. Here's how they line up for this first team race. Liz Stubblefield will be on the pole position, 37. Jared Hall's on the outside of the 74. Jimmy Sills has the 3rd spot, the number 4 car, Wayne Chin in the outside second row of the 71.
AJ Fike and Jeff Palazzo make up the 3rd row with Jimmy McMahon, Ronnie Day, as we are a lap in here at the Chili Bowl, and Glenn Stubblefield leading the race from the pole position, feeling pressure now from the 4 car at Jimmy Sills.
Stubblefield's an IMCA sprint car racer from North Texas Motor Speedway. Sills, as you know, a former Silver Crown champion, has just taken the lead on the outside, heading into turn number 3.
Professor making a move on the top side now as Stubblefield settles into the number 2 spot. Chasing him now, trying to run him down for 3rd is Wayne Chin. Wayne Chin out of Plymouth, Indiana.
And what you were mentioning, Ronnie Day, who started the 8th spot, has moved up to 4th, now making 3rd on the front straightaway. There's those passing points coming into effect.
Exactly. One of the 3 Lawson cars is we've got a spin over in turn number 2. Wayne Chin, one of those cars that Ronnie Day just snuck around, spun out. There was contact also with the 69 car of AJ Fike. But for Wayne Chin, stopped over in turn 2. We're picking him up green down the backstretch. Jimmy Sills leads him to the cone as we're away again here in heat race number 1.
Stubblefield maintaining the 2nd spot. Ronnie Day, as we mentioned, moved up from the 8th position up to 2nd, but reverting back a lap, goes to work on Stubblefield on the outside, heading down the back chute.
And he's got him on the top side, goes down to slam the door. Ronnie Day from dead last into 2nd. This is where the passing points are going to play a major role in his bid.
Still started in the 3rd position. Day starting in 8th. They're running back-to-back right now, so theoretically in points, Day is probably ahead of Sills, even though he's running in 2nd. AJ Fike now moving up into the 3rd spot. Fike started in 5th. He's up to 3rd.
Exactly. AJ Fike, a teenager that races with the Neymar Series, the North American Midget Auto Racing Series, making a strong bid in his first ever Chili Bowl.
So he's up in the 3rd spot. Stubblefield maintains 4th. As we head back to the leader, Jimmy Sills from Placerville, California, starting 3rd, has moved into 1st, and now will come up by the lap traffic as he heads down the back straightaway.
Heat race number 1 of the 13th annual Chili Bowl winding down. White flag set to come out for your race leader, the Professor from Placerville, California, Jimmy Sills.
On the final lap, Sills will go to the outside of the lap car. Jeff Palazzolo will make it by and will pick up the checkered flag, so Sills will pick up the win. Day will get 2nd.
Behind him, AJ Fike, a strong showing in the 69 car with the 37 of Glenn Stubblefield, holding on to 4th with the 74 car, Jared Hull, finishing in 5th. The 2nd of our 7 Chili Bowl heat races for the first night of qualifying starts out with Tommy Eatwell in the 15E out of Colorado on the front row. Johnny Heidenreich, the 1990 Chili Bowl winner out of Pennsylvania, was scheduled to start to the outside, has scratched. In the 2nd row, the 84 of Phil Chappell out of Kansas, and the 97 of Jay Drake out of California.
In the 3rd row, on the inside, will be the 13 of Tony Edmondson. Baby Canfield Jr.'s in the 18 car. Right up the rear of the field, the Q4 of Edwin Wilson in the 95K of Kurt Osterberg, and the car flipping over is Osterberg in turn number 2.
So we restart our second heat race with Johnny Heidenreich out. That moves Jay Drake onto the front row along with Tom Eatwell. Obviously, Kurt Osterberg's day is done. He's been pushed back into the pit area.
Was not injured, stayed in fact inside the race car and was pushed back to the pits. We're back under green. Jay Drake will take advantage of a couple of drivers not able to make the call, and will take the lead from the outside of the front row.
And take a look at the back of the pack, banging all over back there. Davey Canfield, Edwin Wilson, Tony Edmondson, all those cars back there trying to get those valuable passing points.
Drake, a former Western States USAC midget champion, has the lead. Tom Eatwell in the second spot. Car getting up against the wall as Canfield, the 18, continues on.
And they're still bumping and banging in the back. That is Canfield getting it on with Tony Edmondson. Those drivers battling it out for the 5th and 6th spots now as Edmondson slows into the pit as the yellow comes out. So once again, we'll restart them. We're down to 5 cars. Tried to start this heat race with 8 as Drake leads them back to the cone.
Drake with the lead. Eatwell in second. Gets a little bit high as he comes out of turn number 4, giving Drake a half a straightaway advantage. Now a good battle for third setting up. Edwin Wilson on the inside.
Exactly, battling with the 84 car of Phil Chappelle. Those cars really bumping and banging, trying to settle the 3rd spot.
Wilson originally had started 7th on the original lineup and has moved up into 4th, so again those passing points will come into effect for him.
Those cars now starting to stretch it out a little bit. Although Canfield is still trying to put pressure on the Q4 of Edwin Wilson. Meanwhile, Jay Drake has got almost a quarter lap lead over the 15E car of Tom Eatwell.
Jay Drake, the only driver to win sprint car races last year with both USAC and SCRA, and has the lead in one of the Pete Willoughby entries.
And already we see a cushion starting to form through turns 1 and 2. One of the great things about this race is also the race track. It will stay with you all night long, but it will do some changing as well.
It will do some changing, and then if it does start to glaze over, they'll come out and they'll work the track up a little bit. Drake the leader coming through turns 3 and 4 in the car number 97, followed by Tom Eatwell in the number 15E.
Working now on lap number 9 as you watch Eatwell make his way down the backstretch. He made his only Chili Bowl A main in 1988. Meanwhile, Drake takes a white flag.
White flag for Drake as he comes up looking for heat number 2 win. Eatwell maintaining second, the 3rd spot to Phil Chappelle. Edwin Wilson has the 4th spot. The checker will come out for Jay Drake. Eatwell will get second, Chappelle to 3rd, Wilson 4th, and Canfield will get 5th.
Well, 8 cars started this race, but it's Jay Drake, the 97 car, who started on the outside of the 4th row and gained some points in winning heat race number 2.
Heat race number 3 will line up as such. The 25 car of Chad Farmer will be on the pole. Matt Westfall, the number 54, outside front row. Second will be the number 50 of Roland Ayo, and on the outside, the 1X of Scott Nail.
Mark Passarelli in the 45 AZ. He'll be one to keep your eyes on, a hard charger out of Arizona starting inside the 3rd row. To his outside, Richie Duell out of Kansas in the 91D, starting scratch all by himself in the 4th row will be the 19N of Nick O'Neill.
So Farmer and Westfall in the front row, Ayo and Nail in row number 2 as they exit turn 3, looking to 4 and a green flag. They power it out, we're in the green.
Chad Farmer, also a rookie here at the Chili Bowl this year, comes off at turn number 2 in the lead, being chased by Scott Nail. A great start as rookies lead the 3rd heat race here at the Chili Bowl.
Nail out of California, driving one of the 2 Terry Caves entries, has moved up into the 2nd spot, a 6-time BCRA feature winner last year.
We take a look at the battle for 3rd. 3-way battle going on between the 50 machine. That is Roland Ayo, the 54 machine. Matt Westfall, as we've got one upside down off turn 2. The 25 car. We talk about a rookie, Chad Farmer, and unfortunately his night ends in the fence.
Farmer got up on the right side and Nail then got underneath him, got up onto his bicycle, not quite going over, but coming to a stop in turn 2. Scott Nail maintains the lead of the 1X car, followed closely by Roland Ayo, and Matt Westfall in the 3rd position. Mark Passarelli, who started originally back in the back row, has moved up to 4th.
Very impressive drive by Scott Nail so far. A rookie here, as we said, at the Chili Bowl. He's kind of pulling away from our battle for second with the 50 machine, rolling AO in the 54 of Matt Westfall.
A Lightning chassis with a Gertie engine, and Nail has the lead in the 1X. A good battle shaping up for second now as Westfall looks to the inside of AO in turn number 2.
That's the battle for the second place right now. Westfall, the 1998 Neymar champion as a rookie, trying to hold on to that spot with a little wheel tap.
And Westfall, in winning that championship, very consistent. Did not win any feature events. His best finish was the 3rd, but still as a rookie won the Neymar's title. He's now up to 2nd.
Well, Scott Nail has checked out, and it's probably because these two cars are battling for second. Sometimes when you get to racing like that, you lose focus on the leader, and he runs away and hides.
And you see other people moving up as now AO maintains 3rd, but on the move is Chad Farmer, who had gotten up onto his right side and has moved back to 5th as we head back to the leader.
Great driving job, as I said, by Scott Nail out of Visalia, California. Races for the Bay City Racing Association as the white flag comes out. A great drive for the rookie.
Nail with a full straightaway advantage over Westfall, AO, and Farmer in the top 4. And coming around to take the checkered flag, it'll be Scott Nail, the 1X from Visalia, California. Matt Westfall will take the 2nd spot, followed by Roland AO. Chad Farmer in 4th. Mark Passarelli will get 5th.
How about it, though, for Scott Nail, the Gertie-powered Lightning chassis machine out of California, picking up the 3rd heat race win, 1st year in a midget. Great job by that young man. Well, get up on the edge of your seats. This is going to be one of the most entertaining heat races the Chili Bowl has to offer. Jack Hewitt, the 4-crown Nationals champion in the 24, will start on the front row with Keith Roush out of Colorado. In the second row, the 37Q of Lee Walther. To his outside, the 0 car of Johnny Murdoch.
In the 3rd row, number 11, it's Kevin Doty, former Badger Midget Racing Association champion, and Jason Leffler, 2-time USAC national champion last year. Robert Murphy in the 4th row along with Boyd Calvert. We're underway.
And right away, Hewitt goes out into the lead. The last time Jack Hewitt strapped into a midget, it was at Eldora.
4-car battle for 3rd, and Kevin Doty comes out of it in the 3rd position after starting 5th in the number 11 car.
Banging and bumping all over as Leffler finds his way on the inside, now works to the outside as Hewitt now feels pressure on the inside from Keith Rouse. Rouse takes the lead.
Got a flip over in turn 4.
Got him upside down, the 0 car of Johnny Murdoch. Didn't see what happened back there, but it got rode right up into the fence, and the Kaufman, Texas driver ends up upside down.
Car's back under power after the non-injury flip to the number 0 driver, Johnny Murdoch, as we return to action. The leader is Jack Hewitt.
And Keith Roush put a great move on the 24 machine just as that flag came out to stop the action just a little bit ago. We'll have to watch the 33 to see if he can get around Jack Hewitt again.
In the meantime, in one of the Milky Pack Motorsports entries, number 11, it's Kevin Doty has moved up to a quick 3rd spot as Roush looks to the outside.
Roush continuing to work the top side, Doty working the bottom, and Hewitt right through the middle as Roush has got the momentum coming off of turn 2. He will take the lead.
Keith Roush, formerly from Arizona, now hailing from Colorado, battles Hewitt for the lead.
Keith Roush has got to be careful. He almost gave the lead up as Leffler spins over in turn 2, and the yellow will come out. Jason Leffler on a charge from the back of the pack, trying to get those valuable passing points. He spins and stops in turn number 2. Well, it'll be interesting to see what Jack Hewitt will do. He's been shown a couple of different racing. Roush will bring him off turn number 2. The green flag replaces the yellow.
And Roush was able to work that high groove, especially through turns 1 and 2. We're back under green.
Hewitt to the bottom, just like we said. He showed him another racing line, and now he's going to go up and block the 33, but now Doty moves on the bottom, and both cars get by.
Kevin Doty started 5th, has moved up into the lead in car number 11, and now Hewitt and Roush continue their battle for 2nd. Boyd Calvert has moved up to 4th. He is subbing for IRL test pilot Tony Elliott. He's moved to 4th in the 66 team.
And right behind him, Jason Leffler. Those are the cars that started 6th and 8th respectively, so they're going to get some points in this. Kevin Doty, he started back in 5th, so there's all kinds of drivers coming up from the rear.
And now look who's on the move. It's Jason Leffler who spun. He's moved back to 4th in the number 9 car.
And now he pressures Jack Hewitt. Jack Hewitt trying to hold on to the 3rd spot. Leffler with a look on the bottom as the 66 joins the fray. Boyd Calvert.
Leffler bangs wheels with Hewitt, but Hewitt doesn't back off from the youngster as Leffler maintains 4th.
The best battle on the racetrack. 3 cars close enough you can put a blanket over the top of him. And take a look. Leffler on the bottom gets the job done over Jack Hewitt as the white flag comes out.
On the white flag lap, Kevin Doty leaders now. Calvert moves to the inside of Hewitt and drops Jack back to 5th. The checkered flag will come out. The winner of heat race number 4 will be Kevin Doty.
Behind him in the 33 is Keith Roush. The 9 of Jason Leffler finishes in 3rd. The 66 of Boyd Calvert in 4th. The 24, Jack Hewitt. Told you this one was going to be a barn burner.
Heat race number 5 lines up with the number 35 on the pole, Scott Wyant, and on the outside will be the number 24B of Alan Davis. The 2nd row, the 01 of Greg Lukert, and the 42F of Dean Franklin.
Matt Streeter in the 14E and the 7J of Jerry Coons make up the 3rd row with Steve Kinzer and Roger Miller in the 4th row. Watch the 15X come to the front.
Green flag, Wyant has the early lead with Lukert trying on the inside, has 2nd.
Oh, and a strong move, very strong move made by the 7J car of Jerry Coons. He's all the way up to 3rd as Kinzer now with a beat on the inside. The 15 car runs 4th.
Kinzer to the inside, sees Coons spinning right in front of him. Coons gets up on his side, as does Roger Miller, and we're under yellow.
Well, Jerry Coons' big move into 3rd is all for naught as he's the one that gets spun around. The yellow flag moves him to the back as Steve Kinzer moves into his 3rd spot. Kinzer looking to charge to the front as we get set for a green flag restart, heat race number 5.
Greg Lukert, the leader in the 01, has the lead. Scott Wyant in 2nd, but Steve Kinzer runs in 3rd, and Kinzer loses power. And getting over his left rear wheel is Dean Franklin. He comes to a stop at turn 4.
Interesting to see what happened to Steve Kinzer there. It's almost like the car jumped out of gear. The motor sputtered, but it all equals another yellow when it's all said and done. Well, they say luck's got to be with you sometimes, and so far in this 5th heat race, luck has been with Steve Kinzer twice being involved in yellow flag and still holding on to the number 3 spot, never stopping as the green flag's out.
Lukert maintains the lead over Wyant. Here comes Kinzer on the inside out of turn 4. He moves into 2nd. He started 7th.
Steve Kinzer, the 15-time World of Outlaw champion, the car number 15, trying to chase down the 01 machine of Greg Lukert.
Lukert finished 2nd in the MARA finale in Sweet Springs, Missouri. He has the lead with Kinzer in 2nd. Lukert's moved back to 3rd.
Jerry Coons, he started dead last, moved to 3rd, spun, went to the back, and now he's pressuring Steve Kinzer for the number 2 spot.
Coons looking for his 2nd ever A main event start. His first was in 1994, and he's moved the CED number 7 car up into 3rd. He taps the rear of Kinzer.
Well, unlike the Knoxville Nationals, the Chili Bowl hasn't been all that special for Steve Kinzer, although you can never doubt his driving ability. Almost giving Coons a shot on the inside there.
And also Kinzer driver for John Lawson, who had Billy Boat aboard, winning the Chili Bowl a couple of years back.
Greg Lukert is checking out the battle on the racetrack, the best one by far for the number 2 spot. Steve Kinzer, who started in the 7th position, looking to get some pretty good points. If he can hold on here, a win would be even better. No one would be able to touch him.
Kinzer's now moved up on the high side of the racetrack and working the cushion as Coons looks low in 3 and 4. Both of them go up on the cushion in 1 and 2. Now Kinzer drops low. One
of the best things about Steve Kinzer's driving ability, he's been doing this so long, he's not going to show Jerry Coons the same line twice. Coons may go to the bottom, but I guarantee you Steve Kinzer's going to be there, and he continues to block what is probably a faster car.
That's the battle we continue to look at as Kinzer maintains 2nd over Coons in 3rd. A car flipping into turn number 2. End over in flip is the number 14, E of Matt Streeter.
An ugly flip. The 35 car of Scott Wyant also involved over there. Both cars coming to a stop off of turn number 2, and immediately the concern goes down to the 14E car. Streeter is out and away. He is okay. Good news for him.
After a wild flip by the 16-year-old Matt Streeter, who climbed out uninjured from his car. We have 8 laps down and 2 laps to go in heat race number 5.
Interesting to watch the restart here. Steve Kinzer trying to hold on to the number 2 spot. Jerry Coons, both those drivers starting in the last row. Coons trying to make a run. Maybe Kinzer's got something for our race leader.
Greg Lukert is the leader in the 01 car with Kinzer in 2nd. Coons from the back of the pack up to 3rd, and Dean Franklin 4th.
Just as we've seen, Luker drives away now as Jerry Coons pulls to the rear of Steve Kinzer. Unfortunately, he bobbles coming out of turn 4 as the white flag is out.
Final lap as Greg Luker still the leader of the 0-1 with Kinzer in second. Coons, one last try for second, will not make it, and Luker will get the win, followed by Kinzer, Coons, Franklin, and Wyant.
Scotty Wyant's car dominant all night in this heat race, the 5th heat race. Very solid performance by our race winner, Scott Wyant, out of Illinois. We move now to heat race number 6. Starting on the pole will be a rookie out of Oklahoma, the 22 machine of Sandy Rushing. Outside, the 47 machine from California, Stan Yockey. The second row, the 15R of Roy Carruthers from Indiana, and the 59 of Ohio's Jim Sawyer.
Following up will be the 31L of Darren Pittman. Steve Knepper in the 55K, Andy Pierce in the 3P. We're underway.
And a couple of cars getting together right away. Stan Yockey goes from his outside front row starting position into the lead.
Knepper, who originally started 6th, has moved to the inside of Yockey and has taken over first.
Knepper now into the lead as Sandy Rushing has pulled off the racetrack. So our pole sitter is gone and we are down to 5 cars.
Knepper, the 1998 Belleville Midget Nationals champion, driving for John Lawson, has the lead in the 55K.
Nice move also to the inside. The 31 machine, Darren Pittman. He'll be a 1999 World of Outlaw Rookie of the Year contender in Gil Saunders Casey's car number 47 out of Des Moines, Iowa.
Pittman from nearby Owasso, Oklahoma, has moved up into second behind Knepper as Yockey maintains the 3rd spot on the red number 47.
The 15 car Carruthers, the meat and the sandwich right now is the 3 machine of Andy Pierce. Tries to find a way on the bottom. Both those cars moving to the inside of the 47.
Carruthers moves into 3rd of the Clapper Girl number 15 as he gets by both Pierce and Yockey.
Working now lap number 6. They come by. Carruthers continues to be your race leader. Behind him, Darren Pittman, and the battle for 3rd, the 15 machine, Roy Carruthers out of Indiana, holding on to that spot now. The 3 machine is Andy Pierce running in 4th. And meanwhile, Steve Knepper is checking out.
Knepper in the 55K car has the lead as the laps wind down in heat race number 6. Darren Pittman in the 2nd spot in the 31L, one of the Don Lehman teams.
Walter Knepper, the car owner of your heat race winners. They come to the white flag. The Gertie-powered stealth machine, K&K Garage Don's hardware machine, running away, working the top side of the Chili Bowl flag.
And exiting turn 3 and now to 4 the checkered flag. Heat race number 6 winner will go to Steve Knepper. Darren Pittman will get 2nd. Roy Carruthers in 3rd. Andy Pierce in 4th. And Stan Yockey will get 5th.
You've got to make some moves early in the race, and that's just what Steve Knepper did, starting outside of row number 3 and get into the front, and that's what gets you points, and that's what gets you into Saturday night's A-Main.
The 7th and final heat race of the opening night of the 13th Annual Chili Bowl Nationals has Mike Hess on the pole car number 51. On the outside, the number 87 of Rich Camfield. Inside row 2, it's the dude, Danny Lasowski in number 36. And on the outside of the 2nd row, the 25X of Jim Christian.
Inside row number 3, Michael Roselli Jr. in the 98. And Critter Malone, one of the great racing names at the Chili Bowl, starting 6th.
We're underway as Hess takes the early lead. Lasowski uses the inside pole to take the lead as they exit turn number 2.
Danny Lasowski, always good here, has never won, though. Finished 2nd back in 1997. Good, strong performance so far in heat race number 7.
Lasowski with the lead. Hess in 2nd. Christian in 3rd. And the 4th spot is Camfield.
Let's not forget Danny Lasowski won the 1998 Amico Knoxville Nationals, and he's showing some of that prowess that led him to that right now as he is out and away, leaving the rest of them to kind of battle it out for the 2nd position.
And a battle indeed as Hess has 2nd over Christian, who looks to the inside in turn number 2 but can't move. As Critter Malone goes high, a car spinning in turn number 2 is Roselli.
3 laps are down as Danny Lasowski continues to lead over the 51 car of Mike Hess. Running 3rd is the 25 car of Jim Christian. Critter Malone runs 4th. Michael Roselli takes his position in the back of the field.
Back underway as Lasowski maintains his lead, but the big battle is for 2nd as Hess, Christian, Malone all battle for the 2nd spot. As Critter moves up onto the high side, he moves to 3rd.
Mike Hess doing a great job now, holding on to that number 2 spot as Critter Malone goes up to the turn 3 wall. Mike Hess, his first full midget season running the only Maxim chassis car in the entire Chili Bowl field.
Behind Lasowski, the battle shaping up with Mike Hess, and now coming up after spinning, Michael Roselli Jr. has moved into second as he moves to the inside of Hess, then comes to a stop. Hess also stops. Christian comes to a stop, and 3 cars in a parking lot in turn 2.
5 laps down, 5 to go as Lasowski leads Rich Canfield, the 17 of Critter Malone, the 51 of Mike Hess, the 25 car of Jim Christian, and the 98 of Michael Roselli. Back to the cone. We're underway.
Back underway, the TCR Performance Gertie and Danny Lasowski maintains the lead over Canfield Racing's Rich Canfield, the number 87. Here comes Critter Malone on the inside.
And take a look at the smoke starting to come out of the 17E machine. It'll be interesting to see if this car can go the distance. Working out the top side is Critter Malone, feeling the pressure on the bottom from the 51 machine of Mike Hess.
Lasowski the leader as Roselli pulls into the infield. Lasowski pulls out to a half a straightaway lead over Canfield. Malone continues to work the cushion in third.
We keep talking points. Rich Canfield now running in the number 2 spot. Started this event 6, so he's going to get a lot of passing points. As Lasowski, he's just checking out on him again. Feeling the pressure. Critter Malone on the bottom. A nice little slide job. He will take over the number 2 spot from Rich Canfield. Canfield, though, back on the bottom.
White flag comes out for Danny Lasowski. The battle for second. Back and forth between Rich Canfield and Critter Malone. They've swapped the lead 4 times in a lap and a half.
Who's going to pitch the last slider as Lasowski takes the checker flag? Take a look. Critter Malone tries it, but Rich Canfield blocks the advance. Malone will finish dead last as Rich Canfield, the 87, finishes second. The 51 of Mike Hess finishes third, followed by the 25 car of Jim Christian.
Heat race number 7 going to the dude, Danny Lasowski in car number 36, driving for Larry Brown out of California.
Well, the first of our 3 B main events, scheduled to be 15 laps. The lineup looks just like this. The 54 car, Matt Westphal on the inside of row 1. To his outside, the 66T of Boyd Calvert. Row number 2 has the 50 car of Roland Ayo on the inside. To his outside, the 42F of Dean Franklin.
Inside of row number 3, we have the 37 car of Glenn Stubblefield Jr. And on the outside, car number 71, Wayne Chin. In the 4th row, inside number 35, Scott Wyant. And on the outside of Wyant, we have the 98 of Mike Roselli Jr.
Inside of the 5th row will be the 19N car of Nick O'Neill. To his outside, in the 59, Jim Sawyer. And starting all by himself, dead last, the 6NM machine of Robert Marfia. 15 laps, as I said, scheduled to be the distance. The key here, keep yourself out of trouble.
Out of trouble, the top 2 advance to the feature event, the first of 3 B feature events. Out of turn number 4, we've got a green.
And right away, Matt Westphal goes to the bottom and into the lead, but the 66T car, Boyd Calvert, automatically on the charge on the top side of the racetrack, now works to the bottom. Field stretching out behind the 54 of Matt Westphal as we've got 1 lap of 15 in the books.
And looping it in turn number 1, the 91D of Richie Dool spins to a stop in turn 1. We're back onto the yellow.
We are back underway green. Matt Westphal leading the charge by the cone as Boyd Calvert sets sail trying to chase him down. Remember, though, the top 2 moving on, so Calvert may not make much of a charge here, just trying to hold on to that spot.
And no passing points involved. It's the finishing positions, the top 2 in advance. We got a looper in turn number 3, and coming to a stop is the 71 car of Wayne Chin. He's then tapped by the 19 of Nick O'Neill, and also coming to a stop, car 59, Jim Sawyer.
Well, our second yellow in this first B main finds Jim Sawyer in this 59 car heading to the pits. Nick O'Neill and Wayne Chin, respectively, take their positions at the tail as we get set for the green. The restart is out. Once again, Matt Westphal leads the charge.
Westphal will finish 10th. The last year's Eldora 4th Round Nationals has the lead over Boyd Calvert, who's subbing for Tony Elliott this weekend as Elliott with an IRL test drive. Calvert applies the pressure to Westphal as they exit turn number 4.
Roland Ayo, the 50 machine. He's the guy that's looking to get up into a transfer spot as Calvert now works to the top side. Not going to get the job done, though, as Westphal continues to ride the bottom line into the lead.
Westphal and Calvert duel it out for the top 2 spots. That's the transfer positions with Ayo sitting in the 3rd spot. Stubblefield in 4th.
If Calvert gets a clean shot, he may go ahead and take it, but I would not look for him to try anything too dangerous in a position here to transfer onto the A main. The top 2 cars are starting to walk away. They don't know that. but I guarantee both these guys played safe.
Westfall continues to maintain the lead. Calvert in second. Calvert using a little higher groove than Westfall. Again, he's not going to try anything silly with just a few laps about halfway through this main event, as the top two will transfer.
Ludlow Falls, Ohio, the hometown of the 54 machine.